asked him what do you do with it? He says, I make 300 ohm transmission line. And he says it goes down into the Carolinas, up in the mountains, because anybody that's got a television has got their antenna, you know, 400 feet from their house.
Yeah.
And he says when they have an ice storm, it just knocks it out, and he says they just buy more wire.
I was away, I just got back.
How much is that worth? He says about $1 million a year.
It was on Facebook.
That was 1968,
This one is okay.
69.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
Dan.
Yeah, she told me.
Hi, how are you?
So her typical board meeting that was in yesterday was today. She's gonna be late.
But I told him I will try not to
Rebecca
spill
said
my energy
she's
drink all
gonna
over the
do
floor.
She wants to drop her
I should put it somewhere
kid off.
safer.
Maybe you've had too much energy drink.
It's my coffee. I'm not a coffee or tea drinker.
No?
It's on the other end. then.
What's that?
This is weird.
Well, it's musical chairs, you know? Pass those on up there, Mr. Fred. Uncle. Mr. Fred. Uncle Fred.
No, it's up on my phone.
I had an Uncle Fred.
I did too.
In fact, I was named after two uncles.
Me too.
I believe summer's almost over already. I'm already on stand for winter.
Oh,
Trey.
I already know where it went to.
And just celebrated 59 years of wedded bliss.
You did?
Yeah.
59 years?
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Did you do anything exciting?
Well, as exciting as it gets, okay, we took a little trip, seen a couple of things, and went to dinner a couple of times, you know.
Typical. I mean, you know, when you've been married that many years, you've done it all, right? There you go.
Well, we didn't go real far, okay? It was only an overnight or so.
Didn't do anything crazy, did you, Fred?
No, well, when I
I'm
take my
married.
wife to the Adirondacks for the sake of argument, she's not going to the hunting camp.
Gotcha.
She doesn't do
We
that.
got that one. That one's
She
good.
went once in a row, that was it.
Down to Joey. Cousin Joey.
Thank you.
I envisioned you two at a concert somewhere down in the Rush Pit.
You know.
Didn't mean to make that so loud.
Actually, the last
Maybe they were climbing a
concert
mountain.
I was at was the one at, in Syracuse, at the ballpark, when, they had, who all was there? Well, anyway,
Last time I just went to, I was 40 years older than
The Beach
everybody there.
Boys.
Hey, Fred, can I send
yeah.
Which one was it?
Lady Wilson.
Oh, God.
She had to go to Lady Wilson. It was good, but
Oh, we went there.
I had,
John
yeah, I saw you there.
Mellencamp,
Like I say, I was 40 years
Willie
older than everybody there.
Nelson. It was a good concert.
I don't know about that.
I went to Hank that a couple weeks ago, that's pretty good. He didn't play
And you were the
very long.
youngest one there.
Yeah, he didn't play very long, though, he's not getting on for good. He only played for a little over an hour.
No. There's only 3 of these tonight?
What's that?
There's only 3 of these packets.
No, there's more, she's got a sign. Fred. It'll make its way around to you. Missed that one a couple of nights ago, the guy that, the tattoos all over his face, what's his name?
Post
Post
Malone.
Malone.
Post Malone, yeah.
He's a Syracuse boy.
Yeah, he's from, Bevo.
He went to school in Phoenix for 2 years.
Yeah.
I like his stuff.
How do you get tattoos on your face? That's gotta hurt.
All tattoos hurt.
Yeah, I guess you would know.
All I wanna know is when Dolly comes here, okay, because we did such a great job with the reading program, is she gonna put on a concert here in New Haven?
That's a miracle. That's yours. Are you?
She is coming, she just running late. Who handles that sunshine thing that we do? Who usually sends the flowers? Cause we have our little sunshine thing, Mary's the one that does it. Who usually
I think
sends
she
flowers?
does.
And somebody's.
I forget, we haven't done it since,
Oh.
I think.
Debbie always did it before.
Hmm.
We had to address that. I didn't know about it until after it was over.
I didn't know that until yesterday. I kept thinking myself.
Oh, your golf game.
Terrible,
Yeah.
terrible. I went from driving 250 to driving 175.
Pass it down there.
We played, three of us played Saturday at our own country club.
Dan, thank you very much for your help with the calls today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no
we've already
problem.
got a response, so
That's what we're here for.
thank you.
It's not a bad club.
Which one?
Jamie called me
Own
back,
Country Club, it's right on
She-
69.
said
Oh,
that
yeah, no.
there's 40 PSI over there.
That's what she told me.
Yeah, which is
Well, lots,
allowable, but not
Free
She said-
passes
she
on
said-
golf.
I can't remember the gentleman's name. He
$27,
said it was
okay.
on the low side, but within acceptable limits, so.
And
Yeah.
18 holes.
I got our place at like 82. I like a lot of pressure, you know what I mean?
mean?
Do you have a pressure?
Cart,
Do
No,
you?
I'm not on town water for our house.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not bad.
I pay an EDU, but I never hooked
No.
up to it.
okay.
so,
And we don't have great water.
Nice
So I
work,
feel like
you
taking
know.
that bitch down the
My
driveway.
brother was
900
on
feet,
Friday.
Yeah.
And dealing with it, you know.
I guess Ashley and Tommy are thinking about adding pressure tank.
You
I
can-
don't even know how that works.
You can put a pump in line and with a pressure tank. If
any
you wanted.
ducks on
Yeah.
Butterfly?
You know, they've got
back
four
here?
in the family and Josh and Pam have
Oh, yeah,
four.
Tom.
I hadn't really noticed any.
Woodies, Mallard,
I got everything.
Why don't we go ahead and, we'll get started. We're waiting for our attorney. It's kind of ironic tonight, cause I wanted to go into executive session first, but we'll get started at 6:09. Call to order the, regularly scheduled, New Haven Town Board, September, 2024 New Haven Town Board meeting. Roll call.
Councilmember Curcio is absent at roll call. Councilmember Prosser.
Here.
Councilmember Sereno.
Here.
Councilmember Wilbur.
here.
Supervisor Barney.
Here. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's a good place for that eagle right there, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks, oh yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll do it right now. If anybody would like a water, there's some over there, I think there's some in there. This past weekend, Deputy Supervisor Mary Curcio's mom passed away. It'd be appropriate if we had a moment of silence. I guess she was 92 years old. It's a good long life.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, we've all had a chance to review the, board minutes from last month. Anybody got anything on them?
I make a motion that we approve the board meeting, minutes from August.
I'll second that.
Crosser,
Aye.
Spurino,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Barney.
Aye. Journal entries, we've all reviewed them. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
I make a motion we approve the journal entries.
I'll second.
Crosser,
Aye.
Spurino,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Barney.
Audit of town bills. We've all reviewed them. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
I make a motion that we approve the, bills as submitted for the town of New Haven.
I'll second that.
Crosser,
Aye.
Spurino,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Barney.
Okay, old business, water update.
There's a water resolution too.
What's that?
There's a water resolution that was given just before, that's on top of that.
Oh, that's that one that we didn't. So. Did Jay send down an email? Cause I know he couldn't make it tonight, his kids got COVID.
Right.
Did he, did he set something to read or no?
No,
Okay.
that's all he
That's
sent
what
me.
I is, cause it COVID every year.
So it was a pretty busy month between him and I and rural development. A lot went on. A lot went on with our water this last month. I might as well, I guess, delve into it. So we had enough left over. We had 49,000 left over of this Water Service Area 9 grant. We wanted to spend all of it. We came pretty close. We bought a truck, a 1 ton to tow the equipment around with, for $48,220. It was approved. There is, there's like $1,000 left over that we'll have to de-obligate and send back. So not bad on $190,000. We did something, in my opinion, that was extremely smart. We purchased enough equipment to start a water department for our town. So, which I think is gonna be a good thing. Last weekend, Friday, bunch of phone calls went back and forth. Ray Abbott did a job for a woman over on Mud Lake. What a disaster it ended up being. I won't go into all the details of it, but it was very sad, in my opinion, what the city of Oswego did. They came out with a vac truck, vacuumed the whole area to see what the problem was. They turned their water on. They opened up the curb stop.
Yeah.
Nothing. When the contractor put the line in, it came up from 5.5, 6 foot, came up like this to 4. Bennett went. And it wasn't Ray Abbott's fault. It wasn't anybody's fault except the people that put it in. It was virgin soil. I looked at it. These things happen. The part that really caught my attention is that Scriba dispatched to Oswego. They came out with a vac truck, cleaned the whole area. It was a very easy fix. I was getting pictures sent to me from several different people at the same time. And they left on a Friday. They left, and this woman would have been without water for the whole weekend. She's got 2 young kids. And as you can imagine, the phone's burning up. She was upset, not her fault. So early Saturday morning, I went over and I took her and hooked her well back up for her. Ray Abbott was out of town. Long story short, Scriba has a policy in place, and policies are good and they're bad. They do not do any work outside of the curb stop, okay? That's it. If there's a check valve there, which some districts have them put in right there,
Mhm.
they're not gonna touch it. They were literally 4 or 5 feet away. They could have done an easy fix, but instead they drove away and left this woman without water. Well, she would have been without water for the weekend. And, pretty sad when we can't go the extra mile and help people out. We're here supposed to be serving the people, not ourselves. But, I understand they got a policy and they're not going to deviate from their policy. So that's what went on there. We got her fixed up the following Monday, they come back out. But if our town had our own water department, wouldn't have went that way. She would have gotten fixed up Friday afternoon and, so that's the story with that. The truck, we got everything here ready to go on that. We do have a situation over on Johnson Road, I found out today, with some possibly low pressure. Acceptable, but not really good, 40 PSI, I guess, up on a hill. Yeah, so maybe we can get something figured out there. Other than that, does anybody have anything on, any concerns about the water?
40 PSI.
40, yeah,
That's what your well puts out most of the time.
yeah. 30 to 50 or 40 to 60.
Exactly.
If you buy a well pump, depending on which one you get.
Right,
In my opinion, 40 is low.
that is low.
Especially with some of these newer shower heads, you know, big shower heads, you know, that 40 is real low. I don't know.
I wouldn't be worried about that, I'd be more worried about the ability of the hydrants to transfer water.
Yeah,
I did,
Because that's a hell of a lot more important than did you get your hair washed, you know?
yeah. Yeah. What's the other?
I turned that, I did that as a neighbor, I made the call.
Yeah.
As a neighbor, but I did turn those inquiries back over to the families involved.
Right.
Just wanted you to know.
Okay, does anybody else have anything on water at all?
Are we gonna do this resolution?
We can do that now if you want, it's down. It's down under new, we'll do it right now, it's on the ground,
okay.
yeah, why don't we? Okay, we got a water, it's a resolution to adjust budget items, Water District 9. Whereas fiscal coordination budget was based on an estimate and required fiscal coordination is under the estimated budget. And whereas spare parts were based on an estimate and the estimate has decreased and a budget item is required to be adjusted by the federal funding agency, USDA Rural Development. And therefore the budget changes are being made based on actual or expected amounts to be expended. Decrease the fiscal coordination budget from $12,075 to $10,985. Decrease the spare parts budget from $186,500 to $185,858.57. We have a motion on this?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Crosser,
Yes.
Moreno,
Aye.
Mulder,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye. So, noise ordinance. We do anything on the noise ordinance? Or no? Not yet?
Not yet,
Okay,
I haven't heard anything from anyone.
okay. Maybe next month.
My opine is that we take what we have, okay, do it ourselves, put it out, and there it is.
We can make some adjustments.
We're shoveling you know what against the tide.
Okay, we'll table it, we'll come back to that. Water Service Area 6 agreement. Did we get anything from her? Nothing back from, our attorney? Yeah. The one who's got water, so we'll table that for now. She might have something with her. We'll come back to it. New business budget workshops. I'm gonna get them scheduled. Last year, the first one that we did was the 26th of September. I think I had some dates here that yeah, I put down next Tuesday night as a tentative date. That'll be the first one, and I got every Tuesday thereafter. I don't see it's gonna take that long.
You can't start until 6:45 on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, why don't we, shoot for 7 on that, just to make sure Tracy gets here.
Yep.
So, everybody good with that?
So you wanna start the
Works for me.
24th?
Yeah, why don't we start next Tuesday, the 24th at 7 o'clock? It'll be our first budget workshop. Everybody check their calendar, make sure that's okay. And then the 1st, which is October 1st, and then the 8th, I have down, if we need it. And then the 15th is our regularly scheduled town board meeting.
I'm not sure about the 8th, okay? I may be in another place.
Okay. Well, if we have a quorum, that's okay.
24th, I should be able to do.
You might not need it anyways.
The
Yeah.
8th.
I don't think we're gonna, I think it's gonna be
We
pretty
have it
simple
in
this
the
year.
past, but
Could we do the 1st of October instead of the 8th?
we're gonna do the 1st as well.
Yeah, I already put that.
Okay.
And
Oh, the 8th is a backup date.
24th of this month, next
Yeah,
Tuesday
yeah, I
night,
got that written down.
and then October 1st,
Okay,
and we'll have the 8th on there.
just in case.
If you and Fred can't make it, that's fine, hopefully we'll have a.
Alright.
Everybody good with that?
Do the highway first like always?
Yeah, we can,
Okay,
maybe, I don't know. We got some stuff to talk about with our attorney tonight.
that's
We'll see.
fine, I'm gonna take some time off in October, we usually have it done before that anyways.
Okay.
6 o'clock, correct?
Sabin,
7. Tracy has to work.
She
those.
can't be here till 6:45.
Till 7.
Gotcha.
Okay, preferred local contractors. This is kind of a mess. Things got messed up on the generator bid. Wasn't anybody's fault. Just the way it went.
what got messed up?
The part with Rambo. They're not.
Okay, he did not come, so that he chose not to bid.
That's right. That's exactly right. I got something I'm gonna read, and I'll explain the whole thing. And then we'll talk about what we're gonna do moving forward. The generator project that was put out to bid by New Haven was a copy-paste of Rambo Electric's quote. The town, knowing the project would have to go out to bid, should have hired an engineer to provide a design/budget for the town. This would have cost between $6,000 and $10,000. Is the design up to current NEC? Are third-party inspections required? Are certified payrolls required? Who will verify compliance? Is the EC licensed in any towns, municipalities? What are the insurance requirements? Is the job bonded? If not, who is liable if the contractor fails to complete the project? Who will review certified payrolls for compliance? Who will review the installation for quality compliance? The town of New Haven has now taken a design recommendation from a local contractor who is not a RE and put it out for bid. The exposure to liability on the town is limitless. What is the response time? Should the town have issues with the installation? Does the company have a local support? A lot of good questions. This is from Homer Rambo, or Will Rambo. Homer's with the installation. Does the company have a local support? A lot of good questions. This is from Homer Rambo, or Will Rambo. Homer's his nickname. He did not show up at the bid because he was a little upset. The reason he was upset was because of the way that the process went down. It's kind of ironic because, you know, Bob's got an arrangement with, well, we do, I shouldn't say Bob, with like Dwayne Stevens, where he's a preferred contractor. You know, something comes up, you hire him, and he comes for $100 an hour. It's 100, right?
But
$100 an hour, is it?
yeah, I put it out to bid.
Right.
It's not, it's,
This deal's a little bit different. This was something where we took somebody's work scope
no, we didn't.
and, yeah, we did, yeah.
Okay.
Him and Shaver is the two that were copied.
But that's what you do. That's how you do bids.
Yeah, it's,
Rambo's quote to me was no more than.
should've
a
just put it out
paragraph.
to bid, is what you should've done.
You
Not
always,
reached,
but you
reached
always
out to
get,
somebody.
you get quotes, and then you figure out exactly what you want, and then you put down the specifications that you want, and then you put it out to bid. That's how the bids are done.
Can you answer every question here?
No, I can't.
Okay, so,
I'm wondering, would he be pulling this much of a fit if he got the job?
Yeah,
he didn't bid the job, he was the lowest bidder. He come in at 32,000. Our town spent $8,000 more than we should have,
he was.
and he was offering the same Kohler generator, not the Generac cheaper one.
Right.
He was $8,000 cheaper, and he refused to submit the bid because he was a little teed off. So, I guess I'm of the opinion that we should probably, and I know I talked to Fred about this, we should be working a little bit better with our local contractors.
We all wanted Rambo.
Yeah, I
All
know.
he had to do was bid it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had to put him,
Yeah,
put
I
him
wanted
in.
And we called him.
Yeah, I know, he didn't though, he didn't bid it, he was.
We called him 3 days before, Jen called him 3 times in a row.
Yeah, he said he never got any calls, probably his sister did or somebody
Yeah.
down at the shop.
His
It is what it is.
secretary got him.
It's too late to undo it.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
we got 3-day window there. We can't undo it now.
No, I know
Moving
that.
forward, we,
I just didn't see local contractors get it
yeah,
too.
it's a shame when, you know, the last thing that he said, he's got a really valid point. Does this company, the Shaver, have any local support, like in this town especially? I mean, they're literally a couple miles down the
Right.
road.
Somebody that's gonna give us work on it in the middle of the night. when
Middle of the
something
night.
happens. Right.
You know,
But
I
what
mean,
I didn't like about it, Dan, is him saying that I just hired Dwayne out of the blue. I did not do that. Dwayne bid it. I put it out to bid a couple of years ago, and Dwayne bid it for $100 an hour.
Yep.
There's no contractor around here that does that kind of work that's gonna bid it for $100.
Oh, I know. We
He did it
talked
'cause
about
he lives
this.
in the town.
It's not about Dwayne, it was just an example that was used.
Right, exactly.
But, I guess what we gotta come up with is moving forward, what can we do to, you know, get Rambo listed as a, you know, we got our procurement policy we have to abide by,
Right, and
you
we
know,
have to go.
regardless. But
Uh-huh.
We have to
we
go
wanna
with
make sure
what's
that
our
we
best
don't
interest.
do something like this again. I mean, there's probably gonna be electrical work in the pole barn when it goes up. You know,
But all
just-
of those questions he asked has to be done for the pole barn as well.
Yeah.
And we did put in there, the payroll, the certified payroll, that's all in the bid specs.
Okay.
I mean, we put all that stuff in
Yeah.
there. Does anybody check it? I don't know, you know, I mean, who's gonna check that stuff?
Well, I would venture to say that, if nothing else,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
our bookkeeper has experience, okay, with certified payroll,
Right,
okay? Simply because, okay, I'm sure that, there's been instances where that's happened in other places that
But it's not our job to check that, it's the
Right.
Department of Labor's job to check
right, they're
that.
supposed to submit it when they
Yes.
do the project, it's,
That's Department of Labor's job.
yeah,
I
his,
wish I could have
his,
on it.
I don't know, sour grapes on his part. You
Can
know what
I-
I mean, it's,
Can I ask a question, though, because I want to clear this up, 'cause I was involved, but do we, the people that got the bids, do we also have a service contract with them? Is there any way we can turn this thing around and bid out a service contract?
Well, that's one of the things we discussed, was, okay,
Yeah.
having,
And hoping somebody local gets
a
this?
service contract,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Well, it's warranted for how long?
Well, the other thing is, you have to live with our procurement policy, and our
Sure.
procurement policy says, okay, over $20,000, we got a bid. Under 20, we don't. Now, okay, the thing that.
Okay, so we might have done some things wrong, Fred, but Rombo's as much to blame as anybody on this whole
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah,
And I need to talk to him, because there's areas where he's wrong, completely wrong, so.
well, there's one recognition, okay, that you have to make, and I really don't know about the individual that got it, okay? I do know Rombo and their reputation in several entities that we're all familiar with. 3 nuclear plants,
I know,
1 cogen, and a
Well-
large aluminum plant,
Well, we were hoping he would bid,
yeah.
you know what I mean? We sent him the bid, we asked him to bid.
Well, I mean, they didn't just fall off the turnip truck by the back door.
no, that wasn't in question at all,
Yeah,
everybody
well,
wanted
it's
to
not
hire
the
locally, but we had to put it out to bid.
Right.
All he had to do was bid it,
That's
I guess we should've went about it differently. We
Yeah,
should've just
that's
put it
all.
out to bid
that's all.
and not reached out and got estimates and then used their work.
Right.
That's what pissed him off.
That's what you do.
Right.
That's what
We
we've
didn't have a
always
clue,
done.
it was, the estimates varied from $9,000 to $52,000 that I got. And for some reason, at the beginning, he must have thought that was, him being low, he was gonna get it,
Yeah,
and that's not the way we do it.
right, you have to get a scope from somebody, because we don't know all the things to ask for, no, none of us are experts.
That's the part of what I read here. You hire a consultant or an engineering firm,
And then
you
pay.
spend the money, you don't use someone,
Okay, so we're gonna
that-
do that when we do the bull barn.
have to, I guess.
There's
I
cans,
can tell you,
there's cans
it's not,
specs.
it's
too.
not gonna cost $10,000 to have an engineer draw that up, I can tell you that
No,
right now.
I don't believe that either. But at any rate, we'll try to work with Rambo a little bit better, they're local.
One thing that would be good, I think, for the town, okay, because we do have several contractors in town, okay, is to know who's there, okay? Well, we all know some of them. I don't know that anyone knows all of them or what they do. So I think that would be one of the strings that we'd wanna pull, to find out who's out there, who's available, and what really are the capabilities.
Well, I'll tell you one, I'll give you an example real quick, I know you guys don't wanna get off course here, but I'm gonna give you an example. Colony quit giving us free sand. Then people started making sand for us and we gotta buy it. Had an agreement with the local contractor to get sand. I put it out to bid, he bid it, give me a price. Now, different people are getting on board making sand. And now I got it for $6 a yard. I have to put it out to bid. Now I pay $14 a yard because I put it out to bid. I went from $6 a yard. How does that help the taxpayers?
It don't,
It doesn't,
Right.
And that's exactly what I told the Attorney General's office. You explain to me how I can go out and tell the taxpayers I'm spending $14 a yard now instead of $6 because you made me put it out to bid. It don't make no
putting
sense
it out
to
to
me at
bid,
all.
he knows the best,
Yeah.
that's for sure. It
It's
just cost us $8,000 on this generator,
Yeah,
that's
it's
for sure.
ridiculous.
I guess I would ask, what are the rules about local sources? I can't remember.
Yeah, and it came in mid procurement policy, because you do have a procurement
Right.
policy.
it
But
also
you can't
goes to
just
by
argue-
class of town, or class of municipality.
I don't know that we can just arbitrarily allow preference for local contractors. I think we still have to put it out to bid.
That's something
Well,
that's
according
been,
to our
been
procurement
done
policy,
in
Well,
Oswego
the
for a
state
long
needs to.
time.
Yeah,
Say
there's
that,
a reason.
my ears are
Yeah.
like, so you guys talk really loud to me today.
you know. So,
But if we hired, say, C2AE to come up with a plan for us, they put it out to bid and
That's true.
they do.
That's how it
Or
should've-
bid it out for us.
That's how it should have been done.
I put bids out for trucks, I get quotes for pickups, I got bids out for big trucks, I do all this. I talked to Roger over in Bounty, they want a truck, they just go buy it.
They probably buy it off state contract.
They want a pickup tomorrow, they go down and they buy locally, they go buy one.
Is that the?
They don't get quotes from Burt, from Oswego, they don't get quotes from Raymores in Central Square, and they don't get quotes from Plasco, they buy it.
I know
and
some
they
towns
turn it
do
down.
that.
Yeah.
It could be in their
In
I
policy.
know, I said, you're gonna get in trouble someday, he said, well, let them explain to the taxpayers why they wanna buy out of local. I mean, we do it by the books, and then there's, I watch all the towns around us getting good deals on not doing it by the book and helping the taxpayers.
Yeah, some towns are not even buying work trucks, they're buying trucks off the lot that are like loaded
Right,
in a resale, we talked about it before.
Yeah,
At any rate, we were having a discussion about the generator.
Okay,
We ended up spending $8,000 more than we should have needed to. The lowest guy that put a quote in, refused to bid because we used the work scope, his work scope and the work scope of another, you know.
We took their specifications and we made a bid out of their specifications.
We should have had somebody put specs
What you
together
do, right?
and then put it out to bid.
why didn't he bid?
That's the question, why didn't he bid? Cause he was mad, cause we used his
His work
quote,
scope.
he put something together for us. We took his stuff and the other guy's stuff, we melded them together to make our bid, because we're not experts, we don't know what we really need, right? We count on other people to do that for us. which
You
is-
might have been able, we might, you know, in the future, if we get into this, okay, one of the things that makes a difference, no matter who put the scope of work together, okay? If an engineer stamps it, it's gold. Now, it's not gonna cost you $10,000 to get an engineer to stamp it, okay? He might make a couple of changes, okay, and you wind up spending an extra $500. The world does not end, okay? And you put a shield around the town of New Haven.
So Mary's working on our bid specs for the pole barn, right? So what
Right.
you're saying is we call an engineer, we have an engineer stamp that, and then we can put it out to
It's only
bid?
gonna
Is-
cost her $500 to $1,500,
Okay,
that's it.
but that's what we
And
have to
Mary-
do?
Are they gonna
Cheap.
stamp something that's
Hey,
not
Mary.
theirs?
I don't know.
Sorry for the
That's-
loss.
Yeah,
No.
sorry.
638.
So, I mean, that's what you do, and that gives you some insulation, okay, from occurrences.
Okay, so I guess enough on that, we'll have to put some thought into that, come back to it. Oh. Okay. How you doing, Mary?
Okay, thanks for asking.
Long day, long week.
Oh, we did the water update, we talked about the, okay, I mean, we're moving along. So,
Was it the same as the other?
She can sign it, yeah.
It's different.
Okay, we got a,
Budget on, right here.
yeah, we got a budget now. Yeah, we'll go through this first. We got a budget modification, related to budget lines exceeded. Whereas budget modifications are required when expenses exceed budgeted appropriated accounts, it is part of the normal budget process. Okay. This is all on the A line, town board contractual increase by 1,000, central printing and mailing increase by 1,000, code enforcement contractual increase by 1,000, contingent decreased by 3,000, celebrations and banners increased by, $1,915. Historian banner donations increased by $1,915. Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion, we approve budget modifications as outlined.
I'll second it.
Kirschner,
Aye.
Crosser,
Aye.
Moreno, Wilbur,
Aye.
Barney.
Aye. Okay, we've got a court grant resolution authorizing application for funding from the Justice Court Assistance Program. Whereas the Justice Court Assistance Program is authorized by New York State Court Administration and provides funding for local town justice courts throughout New York State. And whereas the town justices for the town of New Haven have requested authorization from the town board to apply for funding from the Justice Court Assistance Program during the program's upcoming grant cycle. Does anybody have anything on this?
Yeah, the next paragraph, I think it should say whereas the town board of New Haven hereby declares it to be in the best interest of the residents of the town of New Haven instead of spoken.
Yeah,
Oh, she heard.
how did that get in there like
Well,
that?
I'm sure she copied
She copied
and pasted.
She, this is her doing it. It
Right.
says the justices,
Yeah.
but this is her doing
Yeah,
everything.
so that change.
So basically, the board of, the town of New Haven authorizes the New Haven Town Court to apply for a justice court grant for the 24-25 grant cycle, up to $30,000. That's the limit, that's the cap on them, which obviously that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Oh, I should, yeah, we'll do this first. Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
With that
second it.
change.
Kirschner,
Aye.
Crosser,
Aye.
Moreno,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Barney.
We can make sure that she does it.
So at a previous meeting, it was approved to spend up to $10,000 on a metal detector. And I'm sure everybody's seen when they came in, we have one now and we didn't spend a penny on it. The town of Schuylkill donated it, along with a couple file cabinets and some other junk they didn't want. It works good, saved us 10 grand. It's kind of always a good thing to have nice neighbors. So that was Chrissy Mitchelson that put that together. She's our court clerk, so it was kind of huge. Okay, moving right along, ARPA funds, what do we got in the pole barn? Where we at?
I just received yet last night the Word document, so I'll type everything in tonight or tomorrow with everything going on, I haven't had time, but she just sent it to me last night.
Okay.
So, I went over the figures and I'll get it all in there. And I can send it out to everyone when I complete it, so you can give me comments.
Oh, we tabled, or we didn't table it, we bounced around. What did you, Rebecca, you got the agreement for Water Service Area 6, Regina Klein?
Do I don't,
You're supposed to drop an agreement for Water Service Area 6.
I thought we had, I'll have to look.
We had questions last.
Well, we made we got the one that we received, and we made adjustments on it. Such as that she would pay the same amount as everyone in
Oh, right.
Water District 6.
Yep.
And it's an outside user agreement, but,
I don't know that I had. That abstract. I'll email that to you tomorrow.
instead of annually, it was gonna be for the duration of what was owed on the,
Whatever the EDU was,
District
that
also.
the other people were paying is the EDU that she's paying.
Right. Okay. we'll table that, we'll come back to that next month. Okay. Anybody got anything on the reports?
No, I just reviewed.
Okay. Anybody else got anything on anything?
Did you guys do anything with that?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, thanks.
Everything's
It's the
done?
24th of September, and make it all $1,900.
Yeah, they're all 7 o'clock start.
24th, 1st,
And
and
the
8th.
8th, yeah.
Is that good with you? Have you got,
I didn't really get, so October 24th?
No,
no, September, this month.
September
Next
24th.
week,
Next week?
next Tuesday.
Okay, I gotta look. Make sure.
Rebecca, I know you probably don't need to be at the first one on the
What
24th,
time?
7.
I got it.
but are you gonna be available on the 1st? We're gonna do Bob on the first one, the 24th.
Oh, sorry. It's not recognizing your face.
Doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be number 1 on the hit parade.
At what time on the first day?
Any waters in it? No?
No, I can do a piece.
And did you send another one October 1st?
Yes.
So the
All of them at
24th,
7.
the 1st, and the 8th. The next Tuesdays, every Tuesday
Okay.
from now forward until we're done with it, basically. We probably won't need you here on the 24th, Rebecca, but I'm thinking
October first.
on the 1st.
I've cocked our
Thank you.
I think Proctor.
It's got them too. Everybody got
I
it.
will put it on my.
I don't.
Thank you, Harry.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I cannot make the 8th, just to let you know. That's our big fundraiser for Victory. Our annual big fundraiser. But I can be here for the first two.
24th and the 1st?
Yep.
Okay.
In the past, we've done it in 2, so.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah.
should be able to, I think.
The first is.
I got it.
Is there anybody else?
No, I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna need a motion to enter into executive session to discuss the employment history of 2 different town employees.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Curcio,
Aye.
Rossy,
I'm
Moreno, Gilbert, Brian.
That thing still keeps right on and making noise after you unplug it, huh?
Yeah, you just have to shut it off.
Right on and on.
I'm bringing it back. It's freezing.
I've been like this. This is the best I've been in a week.
Jack, can you hit that on the way back?
I haven't tested this week, but
Just a bad cold.
it's like a head cold.
You need this summer colds are.
I don't know
Make
what
it
it's
sound.
physical.
Yeah, as soon as she gets that
You know,
turned
my
on.
skin, dirty skin and.
No, I just-
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. don't know where I got
Make
that.
a motion, we come out of executive session.
I'll second that.
Ratio,
Aye.
Crosser,
Aye.
Serena,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye. No decisions were made in executive session.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second that one too.
Ratio,
Aye.
Crosser,
Aye.
Serena,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Dinner time.
Jen?
This, did you have the Form E? I forgot. Jay sent it.
He sent one and then it wasn't right and so it got taken back off, so he's battling with
Or you hear
somebody
yourself,
at Pro Development, that's new.
I don't need to sign this one.